Morning. A victory, yes. The obnoxious, mentally disturbed neighbour has gone. I was here to witness it, which on Woden's Day yesterday, I painted Woden's symbol on the back of a door I was painting down at the new Ipswich Community Hub project. It would be painted over, but it will be there forever. Maybe I'll sign my name, likewise, and then hide that as well. Oh, I should move the ashtray over, shouldn't I? Without knocking the wine glass over. That'd be good. I discovered today in the new studio that apparently using an angle grinder on an old piece of furniture that I'm turning into a Norman kite shield, actually. Is a bad idea. Because, come on, my throat. Because said building has extremely sensitive fire alarms. Me and Mike, my fellow painter and decorator at the moment, hopefully we'll have more Friday. We didn't know what to do. We were just like, It's very loud. And the boss had to come down and sort it out. Oops. Only me, eh? Yeah, life's like that. Up and down. Ride the storm. Don't be consumed by it. Sorry, what's my next flight? My immediate family, what's left of them, at least from an outsider's perspective, I spoke to a very genuine sounding person with a law degree this morning. I don't know, so I'd take it with a slight pinch of salt, as the saying goes. And from her perspective, it does sound like I'm being shut out. Last year for my father's funeral, this year for Rick's funeral, I expected not to be thought of because I haven't been around except on the internet for him for a long while. But even my own mother for my father's funeral was like, you don't have to come if you don't want to. With the excuse that it would be bad for my mental health. Yeah. Okay. And the way I've been society blur? I don't know. The way I've been treated. Lately, the incidences that have happened and the accusation of theft. No charges. Nothing other than someone's insults, which I returned. You know. Accusing me of stealing from my early onset senile dementia and anxiety-ridden mother. That's a nice thing for another member of your family to do, isn't it? I ended up threatening him with police harassment charges. And he bit back, saying go ahead, which I'm not going to do. It's not worth it, it won't exactly improve the situation. But I blocked him. So he can no longer communicate with me. And my own mother doesn't want to communicate with me, she's made that plain. I phoned her this morning, quite early, and she was like, I don't want to talk to you. And I was like, oh, that's okay, Mum. I was just telling you I was going to be busy, so I wasn't going to come down and visit you anyway. Bye. It hurt, but I didn't let it show. I'm over it now. Thing with my brother, nah. My instinct is that I should feel hurt, but a lot of me doesn't. I feel that the only person I felt a duty to in any way, shape or form was my father. He's gone. My life has always been conflict of one form or another. Growing up in a household that was 3 males, 1 female. 3 very competitive males with a temper. And I think some of what's going on with my mother may well be her something she denies that I'm pretty sure she did, so this is just my opinion, not fact, opinion, based on observation. She used to play us off against each other as a survival trait. And I think, judging from her family background, she may have done that a lot. She'd deny it like she denies most things these days. She does not want to know. Doesn't want to look within her own soul. I don't think my brother does either, but there you go. My uncle has acknowledged my request to be put in contact with the solicitors who are sorting out the will. We shall see. I don't know him that well. Hassling him would only exacerbate the issue, so I'll leave that. I feel a little upset I no longer have a home base in Needham Market, as it were. I enjoyed my time there outside of living with my mother. Although that had a couple of bright spots. When she's in the right mood, she can be wonderfully childlike and naive. Well, not naive, There's wonderfully childlike and loving, but that's only when she's really relaxed, which is very rare. So the fight goes on. That is how I view life. My whole life has been conflict, struggle, giving and receiving wounds and scars. Eternal champion. Struggling to maintain my own inner balance of law and chaos, good and evil. I do not deny I have a dark side and that I have mental health issues. Why should I? It seems silly to do so. But yeah, I want to spend more time visiting Eden Market, regardless of my relationship with my family and my mother. A day trip there is easy enough by bus from Ipswich. Okay, getting to do a really early morning walk would be difficult. But you know, as I suggested, maybe when the weather's nicer, I could stroll down the river path very early in the morning and get directly to the car boot sale, which I loved and really want to return to. So yeah. Part of me is still very unaccepting of the fact that I feel like I'm going to have this struggle with my family. I am. Pardon me, sorry. I feel like I could end up in a situation where I'm shut out of the will. As eldest, I do have a certain precedence, and as this solicitor who doesn't know me or my situation beyond my description, so my description will be biased, but then a neutral observer, given some background information, is unbiased. So 6 of 1, half dozen of the other. And should this happen, she thinks they will definitely play the mental health card. And my record in my dealings with former resident downstairs, I couldn't help it going back to that subject. As I strolled back in and I spotted someone that the door was propped open by a brick, and I was like, great, what now? And basically, there was a guy loading stuff into a vehicle right at when people were picking up the kids from the private school, so that made life fun for them. and he bore a startling family resemblance to Shitbag. And I was like, And then as I walked past the arsehole's flat, he was in there with his back turned towards me. So I walked on upstairs and I paused at the top of the landing. I heard him in the landing. And I couldn't help but kind of like lean slightly over. I wasn't visible. And sing, well, even me singing what I call softly reverberates. So he must have heard me singing goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And then I quickly went into the flat. He didn't respond. He's lost. Thanks to help from Suffolk Police. So if they get back to me on the complaint I was registering, I shan't continue with it. And I should probably phone them and let them know that I want to drop it anyway. I think that would be a good idea. And the local Labour councillor for this ward, her help was much appreciated. And our upstairs neighbours, who were definitely in alliance with us, and the downstairs neighbours as well. It was a battle that was won by cooperation and alliance and necessity. He was a nasty, disruptive influence on our whole environment. And I've been like that in the past, but I've learned. I've had my issues. I think it's why people still have a tendency, a lot of people, to shy away when they can see that a crisis is brewing. Because I'm very unpredictable when there's a crisis or conflict going on. Makes me a difficult opponent to predict. My own brother thinks he can predict me. He hasn't really known me in 20, 30 years, I don't think. 20 at least. It's like his last text that I could have reported into the police for. Well, where can I put it? He was baiting me, saying you won't be able to resist contacting me back. I'm like, I think I can, mate. Considering you basically ignore me even when you're supposed to be, we're supposed to be on civil terms. I mean, to be honest, unless a miracle happens, I couldn't afford any civil litigation anyway. Justice in the UK only occurs when you have the money to back it up. There are avenues, I found one, but they are difficult as all hell to actually find. I struck lucky. The gods look after me, I think. I respect them regularly. When I can't draw their symbols on their day, I will at least pay them some respect in my mind. And I try to behave with a code of honour. It's nothing like accepted Christian morals. Which phases a lot of people. When I say I talk about honour and the code, they think I talk about Christian morals. I don't. I try to be welcoming to strangers until they prove themselves to be unworthy. If I say I'm going to do something, I commit to it, which is why I'm very reticent about what I commit to. And the war goes on. It always will. I won't stop fighting it till it's my time. Could be next week, could be tomorrow, could be in 20 years. I don't know. Know what the future holds. Who knows? But I know I will strive to make it exciting, colourful and interesting. Peace.